Good evening, friends. Good evening, humans. And good evening to the rest who has some humanity left within. Yes, you have some humanity within. Don't get me wrong. It's no judgment. It's just acknowledgement that whoever is on this planet as of this moment, 2017, is partially human, which is a good thing. Some are almost fully humans, and there are some who are leaving faster and faster. There are kind of very dark aliens who like to control everything and everyone and every single aspect of, let's say, your humanity or your awakening or your way of living. It was not about you, whatever doing. It was about them, how they can survive a bit longer, how they can stretch their really devious agenda to continue feeding on non-aware humans. One of the best techniques, long time invented. I'm talking long times, hundreds of thousands of years, not only on this planet, but on many other planetary systems and many other realms. That being in control is the only way to live. So we are kind of transpiring this notion of non-human entities who want to control the rest of the humans. Title related with this goes like this. Are you still mind controlled? Or you control your mind just to fit in? So that's a key word in this title, to fit in. To fit in, why? Why we have to be part of certain tribe, religion, education level, financial achievements. Why? Because by this notion that as soon as we are born, we are assigned a religion, a name, sex, whatever, female, male, we are much easier to be controlled. Yet many of us transpire this by simply acknowledging this was the old system and we don't have to fight it anymore. Yet we will do everything to show the world what is a true way of living, how the true free human is supposed to live. Really, without control, without to be controlled, and without control over anybody else. That's a bit, tough grasp for pretty much everybody, because we consist of programmed motions that we have to finish certain education to be able to find a certain job, to get a certain amount of dollars, so we'll be able to, be recognized, to spend this certain amount of dollars on the things we just want. Again, another program layer that we don't have to want anything. Acknowledging that we already have everything. So maybe a too big step, forward. But let's go slowly. There is, 6 major, in my little story, points where we have been controlled, heavily controlled, like almost mind controlled by very strict programming. Number 1 is information distribution through media, through heavy controlled dark agenda cabal media, through movie industry, through music industry, through internet, censorship, and so on. Yet, brave souls like Assange's and Snowden's, they managed to, Assange, Snowden's, Trump's, Hannity, Tucker's, Ludob's, Cotlier's, and many of these brave people, they are transpiring and transmuting the old controlling media into something very, very new, without fighting them. That's a key word. Just constantly bringing a truth again and again and again, knowing that eventually these vibrations of truth will just shatter the shell of these dark cabal mainstream media, the fake mainstream media who is lying us for 100 years. Landing on the moon, you watch it on the TV, did it happen? You have no idea. The only thing, you can maybe do your own research, but many people are too lazy to even go to this direction. So, as the time comes now, many people, or more than many people, are start doing their own research, and they're finding 9/11, inside job, terrorists, Muslims, Nasara. What is the point? Killing 30,000-40,000 people. I guess that was the number. Sacrifice, mass grave, disclosing something else instead of truly disclosing projects that they were supposed to come in 2001. So media is in a big transmutation. Next one, politics. You can see really newcomers go back through last maybe 5, 7, 8 years. Iceland gets completely separate from the standard political scheme that was running the show with every single country. Doesn't matter, can be in Europe, can be in America. These dark cabal politicians were running the show, putting their own clowns into the seats of the presidents, prime ministers, financial institution CEOs, and so on. Iceland started, Russia continues, China completely transmuting this kind of political dark agenda into something that nobody is still informed. When you really see how deep progress China did with the political system, yet all tied up with some other systems that I will talk more. Trump did a big jump into United States political system. Yes, he came from Republicans, but he doesn't belong there, because his true agenda is to demolish the Democrats and Republicans at the same time. Well, in the sense that he will bring them so close together, they will implode in each other. They will not be able to fight anymore, because they will be so ridiculized with their total stupidity of claims and judgments against the other party, when suddenly the other party doesn't exist. And they want to, doesn't matter, to blame Trump for collusion with Chinese Russians or Indo-Chinese, Pakistanis. So what? What he did? Go ahead, do this. Yet, his approach was to keep his deep state enemies very close in his cabinet and giving them a chance to make a different call. That they don't respect the old ways of doing things in a constant confrontation, in a warmongering and profiteering of everything. Yet we'll be really seeing very soon many of these so-called his advisors and the parts of his team will be completely exposed. Comey was one of them. Very simple and very gentle way to put him on the pedestal of his FBI director, who suddenly has no credibility. Well, not suddenly, it took him about 4 months, Trump, to disclose all of it. So Trump is unprogramming you politically, and be very grateful for this agenda of his, because he cannot just make a decrease for you. He still respects you very, very much, every individual in the United States. So you make your own call by recognizing what Comey was, what silly Democrats or some silly Republicans were doing. So you have to be the one who makes these changes within you, how you unprogram yourself from the old political scheme. Another one is the finances. I mean, they're all very interrelated and very heavily interlinked. So finances to me was the toughest one, because we're so ingrained that we need money, we need work, we need education, we need to be on the right side of the aisle when the politic is in place, because politic is choosing where the money will be invested. Again, it's a people's money, but some couple of freaks deciding where they're going to go. Not anymore. Not with Trump in the American politic and American finances. He didn't touch this yet much, like publicly, yet in the background you'll actually learn how fast he started working. On the day one when he started his presidency, it was the biggest executive order done. The Federal Reserve is not more. Federal Reserve is no more. You will get your own really gold-backed dollar very, very soon, publicly. Okay, you already have it, but it'll be public now. So this will be another layer of unprogramming that was done through the education. Through finances. Another step is educational mind controlling, starting with the little kids. 6-7 years of age, they have to go into school, and it's not school. This is like a forced labor for the kids. They still didn't learn how to walk, talk, and do any kind of free movement of their physical body. They're still learning what physical body means, and they have to go and be educated where to go to pray, which church to go, how to behave towards another gender, and so on. Anyway, and what they're pushing even now, that preschooling has to be mandatory. So again, even earlier they will start programming children. Again, very related with another one, mind control through religion. And this is no-brainer. If you have a little bit of brain and consciousness, you will realize that religion is not for your own benefit. That when you're praying, are you praying from the selfish reasons, or are you praying for the reasons to be at service to others? So what I taught you in this doesn't matter. Catholic churches, Sunday churches, Muslim churches, synagogues, that always is a God who will punish you if you do something wrong. No. So let's deprogram this part. God doesn't punish anybody. If you get ill or sick or smashed with a piece of volcano, it's absolutely your fault. Absolutely your responsibility and your fault. God has nothing to do with this. Just reconsider why these people who are dying have flashes of all their life before they are dead. Because it's just a reminder, you did this, and it's lining up all the basically wrongdoings. But it's not God, it's you. Your soul is lining all the things, so you remember when you come next time, you don't do them. How many just continue the same old story over and over again due to programming? And we're not talking just programming in one lifetime, we're talking about genetic and spiritual programming, energetic programming that was done for like centuries after centuries on the same soul. So one of the toughest ones and the most disturbing one for me was a health, medical, pharmaceutical programming. That it killed actually more people than all the wars together. Ever. In 1 year, medical system and pharmaceutical system kill pretty much everybody. Maybe they get injured in the car accident, but the treatments are the ones who actually bring people into total despair. They crush their spine. What doctors do? They do the surgeries, they cut, they give you a wheelchair, and they tell you you have to be in your wheelchair to the end of your lives. They give you a prescription for suicidal thoughts or being depressed, and you have to use depression pills to the end of your times. So why? Why it's so easy to program somebody when they go and poke you into the... You start fearing of death. And you do everything to avoid this death by taking medications? Really? This will save you? By continue using drugs, cigarettes, alcohol, and all the other, addiction apparatus that drives you even deeper and closer to the programming technique that they just need to show you an advertisement through the media of the whiskey that it's most powerful one, and you just go like a little lamb and just go into their programming scheme. When you see the doctor and they're watching your x-rays, they do the x-rays first, they damage you there. Second, when they're reading the x-rays, what are they doing? They programming you again. Ooh, we see a cancer here and here. To my knowledge, you have 6 months to live. I mean, fuck it. How they know? Who they think they are, these stupid programmers of medical system, to just kill you on the spot. Yet, the energetics of the human body, of the non-aware human, just goes and gullibly eat this crap and dies in 6 months and 2 days. So let's unprogram all this. Let's do something different. Okay? When they tell you this kind of crap, you show them the finger, turn around, fart in their face, and just do whatever you think that it will save you. Don't ask anybody else. You can save yourself only. Don't ask any doctors, any family members who have a relationship with the doctors, or any kind of, politician who supports pharmaceutical companies or insurance companies. No, you ask yourself. And there is a one who can actually help you if you ask a bit outside of you, and this is Prime Creator. So if you really cannot get it by yourself, don't ask anybody else but Prime. He's there for every single one of us. So, ciao.